Hello and welcome to the Coastal Edge Consulting channel. I'm Melissa Kettler. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I believe is on the mind of many organizations and leaders around the world. Whether you're a small, medium, or large organization, we're at a crossroads when it comes to the advancement and integration of technology and artificial intelligence. AI is here, but so are the roadblocks. On the one hand, we have employees who are very worried about their jobs and the future outlook of whether or not AI and AI tools might be a replacement for the work that they do. On the other hand, we have leaders who are hesitant to potentially adopt some of these tools because adoption isn't cheap. So there are software costs, training, integration headaches, and also the risk of paying for tools that no one actually uses. And while everyone stalls, the cost of that hesitation climbs. Efficiency is actually getting lost. Competitors are leaping ahead, and teams burn out because they're doing the same repetitive work and tasks that AI could be doing now. The real question isn't if you should adopt AI, but when. When is the right time, and how do you do it in a way that protects the trust, supports your people, and makes the investment worthwhile? We're talking about how to augment rather than replace. Let's start out with the current climate. Let's ground ourselves in the reality. Right now, the job market is actually tense for many places around the world. Employees keep seeing headlines around AI is going to take their job and AI is reshaping roles. That fear is spreading fast. Most surveys show more than half employees expect AI to impact their jobs in the next 5 years. That's a lot of unease sitting in your organization as we speak. And leaders feel it too, but theirs is from a little bit of a different angle. They see opportunity in cost savings and efficiency, but they also see the price tag. And right now, in terms of the economic climate, cost savings is at the forefront of all organizational plans, at least here in Canada. Obviously, there are the fees associated to licenses, the integration, training time, and then possible pushback. It does add up. So, what happens? Well, organizations freeze, they wait, they keep doing things the old way, which is expensive in its own right. The costs of delay are real. Falling behind competitors and piling admin work onto staff and employees and watching burnout eat into productivity, well, that's not a cost any of us want. The challenge isn't whether AI will matter, it's whether you can adopt it in a way that feels responsible and sustainable for both your people and your budget. So let's talk about when is the time right? How will you know? How are you going to make those decisions? Well, this is where leaders need both a business lens and a change lens. So, the first thing you're going to need to do is in your organization, and if you're not familiar with change management, there are some key concepts. One is around assessing readiness. Look at your organizational culture. Is there curiosity around new tools, or is resistance sky high? Well, if morale is fragile, rushing adoption will backfire. Now's not the time. The second thing you want to do is identify the pain points. Don't start with the fanciest tool. Start with processes that are draining money or time. Think expense reports, manual data entry, or compliance tracking. Those are the best places to start. They're small and manageable and scalable. Then you're going to want to look at piloting before scaling. So reduce the risk by maybe testing one tool in a safe area. Prove the value in hours saved, errors reduced, or costs avoided. And then, as the next step, you can measure ROI in more than just dollars. So focus on those things like time reclaimed, fewer mistakes, better employee experience. Nobody wants to be doing repetitive tasks as a job. Well, at least most people don't. If you only measure money, you miss the real story. Leaders who approach AI like a change project, not a tech purchase, see the best outcomes. So it's not just can we afford this tool, it's can we afford not to. So here's an example of some tools to get you started on the right track. I'm going to talk through a few that you may be aware of or maybe not. But if you're a small or medium sized organization, I'm sure that this whole process is a bit overwhelming. So, for smaller organizations, AI doesn't have to mean a massive investment. You don't need to start with enterprise software suites. There are affordable, even free tools that streamline work and deliver ROI fast. So here's some examples. I'm a very strong proponent of using ChatGPT, but there are others that are also great. I know Claude or Perplexity Pro. I know many organizations are using Microsoft Copilot. There's Grok, there's DeepSeek. There are many of those that are out there that are readily available and you could start using today. Use them for drafting policies, emails, agendas, or summarizing long reports. This saves leaders hours every week. If you want more tips, you can check out my other video on the 10 AI tools that would help you today. The other one that I've seen used successfully is Otter.ai, that's Otter, or Firefly's AI. They will record your meetings, they'll create transcripts, and they'll pull out action items automatically. So nobody has to be the scribe. Another tool might be Motion or Reclaim. So these tools will manage calendars, they will schedule meetings, and they will protect that focus time that every leader values. That will cut down on wasted coordination. The other ones are Expensify or Ramp. So these are great tools for scanning receipts, categorizing expenses so finance isn't buried in manual data entry. Some other great tools are Zoho Desk or Freshdesk. So these can handle things like frequently asked questions. So if you have FAQs that need to be generated, they can tag support tickets and they'll free up customer service staff to focus on complex cases. The other ones that are very, very well used are Zapier or Notion. So these connect everyday apps and automate repetitive workflows, like pushing form responses into spreadsheets. These aren't just tech toys, they actually solve the daily frustrations your people already complain about. And they often pay for themselves in just a few weeks, not years. I've developed a list of 50 different AI related tools with their uses that you can download for free. The link is in the description below. Part of the change process that you might want to think about is communicating through the fear that some of your employees might be experiencing now. So, this is where things can succeed or fail. You can make the smartest financial decision in the world, but if your people think it's about cutting jobs, trust disappears. Here's how to do it well. Number one, be specific, not vague. For example, we're introducing AI. Well, that sounds terrifying. This tool will automate meeting notes so you don't have to. Sounds like relief. So there's definitely a difference in how you message. So you need to get it right. Number two, acknowledge the fear. I'm sure you as a leader are also experiencing it. Put yourself in the employee's shoes. Pretending it doesn't exist makes you look out of touch. A simple, I'm aware there are some concerns about what this might mean for jobs. Let me be clear about our goals. That will go a long way. Number three, involve champions. Put respected employees into your pilot projects. When peers talk about the benefits, people believe it more than when leaders are hyping it. Number four, pair adoption with growth. If AI actually frees up time, then reinvest it into training, mentoring, or stretch projects. Show that the point is to elevate people, not edge them out. Number five, keep feedback loops open. Let employees ask questions, raise issues, even complain. Listening builds trust, even if you can't solve everything at once. Change Management 101 says communication should be clear, continuous, and two-way. With AI, that rule becomes non-negotiable. Okay, so how do you know you've hit the right moment? How do you know that adoption is working or that it's the right time to scale? That's the key question. Well, you'll see resistance shift into curiosity instead of, is this replacing me? You'll start hearing, Could this tool help us with fill in the blank? That's the turning point. That's when you start looking more deeply. You'll also see business signals, bottlenecks easing, fewer errors, hours freed up, and maybe most importantly, you'll see the cost of standing still become greater than the discomfort of moving forward. That's when you know you've hit the right moment. So, in summary, AI adoption doesn't fail because tech doesn't work. It fails because leaders don't bring their employees and teams with them. They need to be along on the journey. The right time isn't about finding the perfect moment, it's about being clear, transparent, and ready to support your team through that change. If you can balance financial responsibility with human trust, you're not just adding technology, you're building resilience and future proofing your organization. And if you want to go deeper into how to reskill people as AI evolves, check out my other videos where I walk through how to future proof your team. Well, that's it for today. I really hope you found some of today's content valuable. And if you did, please subscribe, like the video, and leave me a comment on what you found valuable and your own thoughts about the future of AI and AI adoption. Until next time, keep on striving, and thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate your support. Bye for now.